Hello and welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm Imani Simone. If you missed my video yesterday where I ranked all of the songs in Taylor Swift's new album, I will link it down in the description box below. But today we are going to be discussing all the life lessons we can learn from her new album. So first off, it was 31 songs in the album. That is so many songs. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 2 minutes, something like that. It was 2 hours long. It was over 2 hours long. It took a while to get through, but listening to every single song, there was like a general consensus with like the message that she was trying to put out there. And I hope people are really listening to it and like hearing what she had to say, because I feel like a lot of girls are like this, but they're just not getting the message. No matter how many people like tell them, they're just like not getting the message, which she did say in her songs, like, oh, the elders of the town tried to tell me, like the church people tried to pray for me, my friends tried to tell me, and I just kept ignoring them and ignoring them and ignoring them. So first off, the first lesson we can learn is to not be a forever girlfriend. I don't want anybody to end up in that position. Like, I don't think people really understand how easy it is to end up in that position of you're just a forever girlfriend. So just like this guy had been telling Taylor, hey, you're the love of my life, but after 6 years, where's the ring? Where's the wedding? If you know I'm the love of your life, y'all both have good jobs, I'm pretty sure you can afford to get married, move, have kids, whatever. If you want to move to a different country, that would have been no problem. That would have been absolutely no problem. And you're older. So those are the three like what main excuses, like money, age, schooling or job. You don't need to finish school. You don't need to go to school because you have a good job. So there are no excuses. Where was the ring and where was the wedding? So people need to understand, first off, I have a limit of 2 years. I think that's a pretty good limit of 2 years of like dating, courting. If you are actually dating with the purpose of like, hey, first off, no situationships. This is not for situationships. If you're in a situationship, that's a whole other topic, and you need to stop while you're ahead. But this is for people who are actually like have sat down. Not you think you're dating and he doesn't know you're dating. No, the both of you know that you're dating. You have had this conversation. We're dating. We're moving towards marriage. Now, a lot of people can say that and they don't really mean that, just like this guy did to Taylor. So this is why I have my 2-year rule. And no, I'm not giving you an ultimatum. I'm not. I'm not doing that, because have you seen the show The Ultimatum? Every single one of those men made up so many excuses and then got right into those confessionals and said, actually, I would be ready if I was sure about her. If he doesn't know after 2 years, he doesn't want to be with you. I don't know how many times I have to say that. So after 2 years, after that second year anniversary, you better ask him, where's that ring? And if he says, oh, we're just not ready, peace. Peace be unto you, and I'm going about my life. Thank you. Have fun. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'm going to go find what I'm looking for. But I'm not going to stay here past 2 years. And don't take him back either, because that means, oops, she left. You were his placeholder. You were his placeholder. So when you leave, he's going to get scared. What if I can't find better than her? So no, he doesn't really want to be with you. No, he's scared because you left him, and what if he can't do better than you? So now you're in an unhappy marriage because he doesn't really want to be there, because you're not really what he wants. And you just wanted a ring, so he gave you a shut up ring. Don't go back to him. If he doesn't know, if he's unsure after 2 years, He does not want to be with you, okay? Do not sit up here for 6 years with somebody telling you they're the love of your life. No, okay? Now they have some new thing. Okay, so this is not pertaining to people who met in high school. If you are in high school or college, the 2-year rule does not pertain to you because y'all are young. First off, if you met in high school, sweetie, that can end real soon. But some high school sweethearts work out. Don't worry. The likelihood of it is probably low. So, but just go with the punches on that one. Also, if you're in college, you're young, you need to finish school, you need to get a job so y'all can even afford this wedding and marriage. So the 2-year rule also does not apply to you. People outside of high schoolers and college students, you can afford to get married, okay? You can go to the courthouse. You can get, I've seen this a lot with like older couples. They'll tell the story of like, oh, my husband and me had no money and he gave me like a cheap like costume jewelry ring and he upgraded it later. You have no excuse. You have no excuse. Nobody's going to tell the difference if it's a costume ring. I mean, honestly, if you're married with a costume ring, you're still doing 10 times better than some single person over here begging for a ring, or a person in a relationship begging for a ring. So money is still not an option. There's so many like options out there. Also, tattoos, you can go that route. Get a tattoo on your hand for the ring instead. There's so many options. You don't have to have this big wedding. Honestly, what I've noticed, people who like spend a lot of money on the wedding always end up divorced. They always end up divorced. Like, I'm sorry, even if I had the money, I would never spend $1 million on a wedding. If I'm going to spend $1 million on a wedding, we're going to buy a house and have the wedding in the backyard. That's the only way I'm spending $1 million on a wedding. That is such a waste of money. So do not be out here trying to show out with the Joneses. Marriage and weddings should be about the love. Nobody else there cares about your wedding. This is all for you. Nobody else cares. They're there for the free drinks and the free food, okay? So do not waste your money on a bunch of people who do not care about your wedding like that. This is about the two of y'all. But a thing I have been seeing lately, so we know we have the promise rings, but now they have a new thing called the Darry ring. I despise this for so many reasons. It just doesn't even make sense. But it's like a promise ring 2.0. So somehow like they take your driver's license, or they face something, somehow they identify you and they keep it like in their system. So if you buy a Darry ring for somebody else, you can no longer buy a Darry ring for somebody else. So if you're with this person and you buy them a Darry ring and y'all break up and this person over here asks you for a Darry ring, you can't buy that person a Darry ring. So you're going to have to explain to them that you gave somebody else a Darry ring, basically meaning y'all are locked in for life, which not really, because how many people have gotten promise rings and not gotten married?
I've seen a ton of TikToks lately about the Darry ring. So the Darry ring is a ring that you can give to your partner to signify your love and commitment to them. Basically like a promise ring. But the catch is that you can only buy it one time in your life. So I did a little deep dive on how this works because I was curious. So for context, the Darry ring was created by a Chinese couple in 2010, and they combined the words diamond and Mary. That's where you get dairy, not like dairy milk. So in order to make sure that you can only buy it one time in your life, you have to upload a photo of your ID and a photo of your face. Now they say that they don't keep your ID or the photo of your face, but they do extract your facial features. And you also have to sign this document called the True Love Agreement. Now I'm not fully opposed to the idea of this, but I do think it's important to be aware of the fact that you're giving your data to Darry Ring and they're keeping your facial features.
A promise ring means nothing. So having this Darry ring and being like, well, I can't buy it for anybody else. And are you still going to upgrade this to a wedding ring later? Because that means not a thing to me. And then I've seen some people upgrade the promise ring to a Darry ring. Excuse me? Did you just upgrade my promise ring to another promise ring? I saw one couple and they were like, after 2 years, I'm upgrading the promise ring.
It's been 2 years and it's time to update your promise ring.
Ooh.
So I got you a Darry ring. It's really special. Want to know why?
Why?
With this unique Darry ring, in the name of love, I take thee to be my faithful partner and my one true love. I can only give this ring to one person in my whole lifetime.
Look at it.
Is it beautiful?
So beautiful.
Yeah. So now we have to sign our lives away.
Do I put it on this hand then? Or just this hand?
Whichever hand works, fine.
This is
If it doesn't fit, we can get it resized.
This is the marriage.
But we're not getting married, just switching out the promise ring.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Well, I have to sign here. And you sign there too, so we can solidify our love. Now you're mine forever. Let me see.
Put it on me.
Okay. Damn it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. There we go. Yeah!
I'm married!
No, we're not married yet. We're just doing it just for the. It's a promise ring, just to know the promise ring.
But the Darry ring means that we're
we're
connected forever.
connected forever, but we're not married.
But it's
yet.
a Darry
Just
ring.
Give me more time.
After 2 years of a promise ring, you're giving me another promise ring? Where's the wedding ring? Where's the engagement ring? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I refuse. I refuse. Don't get locked in like that. Also, stop living with these people. Stop shacking up. That is one thing I have never believed in, is shacking up. Because then what is the point? If they're getting all the benefits, especially if you're shacking up and you have kids, what's the point? What honestly is the point at that point? Like, y'all are going to spend a bunch of money on a wedding. Okay, you go to the wedding and then you come home and you go right back to your everyday life. Like, nothing changed. Y'all could have really just went to the courthouse at that point. Stop shacking up. Y'all are already acting like a married couple and you're not married. You're not married. Stop shacking up with these people. Stop giving each other husband-wife benefits. Also, I don't think guys should be paying your bills before you're married. That's not your husband. Why is he paying your bills? Like, he's paying your bills and he can't even put a ring on it. It makes no sense. It's just all so backwards to me that we're all like out here giving away husband-wife privileges. And yet we cannot walk down the aisle. It is absolutely baffling to me. It is so baffling to me. Also, stop having their kids. Stop having their kids. Like, oh my God. Even though Taylor wasted 6 years with this man, she doesn't have his kids. So she can easily move on with her life. At this point, her biological clock is ticking. So she may go ahead and rush and get a child just because of her biological clock and just say forget the marriage, or the marriage can come later, because I mean, yeah, technically you can always find a partner later, especially with her status, but all of us don't have her status. Let's just be real. There's a lot of people out there, they don't want their person to have any kids. I don't want my person to have any kids. So as soon as I hear you have children, I could care less about anything else coming out of your mouth. We can just end it right here. I do not care what's coming out of your mouth. So do not have kids for these people, because then that's going to hold you back from finding somebody else. Also, it's absolutely wild to me when I hear people saying marriage is too much of a commitment. But you're over here committing to 18 years with a child. And I don't know how many people have like heard this, but my mom and grandma used to always preach to me, mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. Okay, so you're over here agreeing with this man about marriage is too much of a commitment, while he knows good and well he can get up and leave at any moment. And now you're sitting here committed for 18 years to take care of this child and help them get through college. No, what are we actually doing at this point? What are we actually doing? So, take it from me. 2 years. 2 years. 2. That's all you have. 2 years. Also, from her album, like I said, she said a lot of people, like church folks, were praying for her. She had a lot of friends trying to tell her. Her dad tried to tell her. Not all the time. Like, people are not always hating on you when they're trying to tell you something. I can know, like, if a lot of people are coming out at you at one time, it can feel like, oh, everybody's attacking me. That is not always the case. Sometimes they truly care about you and they have an outside perspective and they're just trying to help you out, because especially if they knew like these are the goals that you had and they saw like these men were not going to give you what you wanted, they were just trying to help you out. Just take the advice, especially when you have gone wrong so many times. At some point, take the advice, which leads to the next point, which is my last point. Doing the same thing over and over is absolute insanity. We have seen her go through so many relationships. If you knew you were inching up to the age 30, just stop. Take a beat. Don't jump into a relationship so quickly. Take a beat. Actually realize, hey, this is what I want. And now start communicating that with people who are trying to date you. Make that ultimately so clear, down to give them the timeline. You have 2 years. You have 2 years or I'm leaving. And do not budge off of that. Because he told you everything you wanted to hear, but then you stayed when you saw he wasn't doing it. You have 2 years. You don't need an ultimatum. You don't need anything else from him. Are you ready to get married? No? Okay, cool. I'm gone. Also, you need to be very specific when you're sitting down with these people. This is why it's called intentional dating, because you can date a lot of people. You can date a lot of people, anybody. Honestly, when people say they're single because they want to be single, that is true, because you can date several people. But are you intentionally dating? Because why am I dating you? I can date you, but why am I dating you? What am I getting out of this? I want a marriage. I know I don't want to marry you. So if I'm dating you, am I having fun? No, you're giving me a headache. You're more work than it's worth. So I'd rather wait for the person I know is going to marry me. That's what she should have done. Because while she was here for 6 years in this relationship, she could have been out there taking her time and finding somebody who was actually ready for marriage and settling down. But that's not what she did. She kept just hopping relationship to relationship, doing the same thing over and over, which is insanity. Now, Travis Kelce has been married in the past. I mean, his ex-wife didn't have a lot of good stuff to say about him, but I mean, each woman is different. He can treat one woman bad and treat one woman good, but I do think she should have done this relationship a little bit differently. Like, the fact that they're still, like, all in the media's faces. I mean, I was so sick and tired of hearing about them during football season. I mean, every 2 seconds we heard about them. So I feel like her intentions are good. And I think she's, like, narrowed down on what she wants at this point. But I don't think his intentions are good, because why are y'all in the media so much? Like, why do you feel the need to let us know that you're dating? Like, we truly, if you're sick and tired of people saying stuff about your relationship, you're tired of our opinions in your relationship, keep it a secret. Stop shoving it down our throats. Like, you're shoving it down our throats at this point that you're in a relationship. Like, who is this for? Is this to prove something to your ex? Who is this actually for? Like, just sit there, date him, and be happy and be merry. Like, you honestly could have went to the game and got into one of those little boxes. We would have never known you were there. But that's not what they did. This seems like a media circus show. I mean, I feel like she still has plenty of time to have kids. She still has plenty of time to get married. But if you know you wasted so much time with this guy, I hope she's going about this relationship a little bit differently so she can get to where she wants to get to. So those were the main 3 lessons that I deemed from her album, and I hope other people are listening too. You could have a different opinion from me. You could think marriage is useless. I don't think marriage is useless. I think marriage is a good thing and something we should be striving to get back to. Have your opinion, don't have your opinion, but I know Taylor wants to be married and she got stuck into that cycle of forever girlfriend, and there's a lot of other women out there who got stuck into the cycle of forever girlfriend, and we need to be paying attention on how to not get stuck into that cycle, listening, actually reaching out for advice, and if you reach out for advice, actually listen to the advice and just do things differently. Like, I mean, once you learn a lesson, actually learn it. Stop doing it. Don't continue to like learn it. Like, well, let me try one more time. Maybe it'll be different this time. It's not. It's gonna be the exact same results. But that is just my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.